All right. Ready to go.
Ready to go, everybody. Welcome to the Burn It Down NASCAR podcast, Post Talladega edition. I've been informed we got some stuff to talk about.
We do. You want to start or?
Uh, we'll just let's do the race finish real quick, and then you've got obviously some things on your mind. So, Watermelon Man wins again.
Yep.
I think that Kyle Larson should be on his Christmas card list.
Yeah. 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 I don't know what to say, but yeah, he got. I wrote. I said a recap. The race was decent. A lot of riding around to the end of stages, and then things got exciting. Finish of the race was the most entertaining, with everyone scrambling, trying to win, which resulted in cars being crashed and totaled. I said congrats to Ross Chastain and Trackhouse on another win. Watermelon smash, and all. And I thought his interview was entertaining and fun. Because he says, I don't know, I just went straight. That's what he said. Yeah. I just went straight. I just went straight. So I thought it was funny. So
I agree. I don't take this. I don't want to be one of those saying he backed into it.
No, he was a lap down early, but it's not hard if there's cautions to get your lap back at Daytona. So he didn't back into
Talladega.
Yeah, it's Talladega. Sorry, it's not hard. Especially wrist restrictor plate. So he didn't back into it. He was up front when it counted. It's not like he was 20th and everybody crashed and he got to first. He was really running like second or fourth or something. So he wasn't. He just avoided the Kyle Larson maneuver and the run he had on Eric Jones. Passed it for the win.
I give the guy all the credit in the world.
I am so happy for him too, because there's more stuff later on, but I'm happy because Trackhouse is, I think, RCR. I want to say RCR affiliate.
I think they got their power from them, but it is the old Ganassi.
No, is it? I think Colleague is RCR. Trackhouse is Hendrick. Powered. Colleague is RCR. I want to say that, but I could be wrong. It could be the opposite. I know one of them's powered by each other, but I'm happy for it because it just go along with that. I was proven wrong. Chevy's showed the fuck up. I was very surprised how Chevy's came back after Daytona not performing, and they performed all race long, and it ruined my fantasy because of it. But I did
Oh, you think you got ruined?
I did a crapshoot for the fantasy, and
yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Who got ruined, who didn't?
Yeah. So that's later on down the line, but I was happy with it.
I was honestly,
I thought there'd been more crashes, but
I was honestly surprised at the lack of Fords in the top 10.
Same here.
I mean,
I think the first one was
Harvick at 10th.
Yeah. Let me go.
That and Blaney was 11th.
Well, let's go down the line. Let's go. Ross Chastain, number 1. Austin Dillon. He's proven that he can actually race when everything's, it's not just restrictor plates. He's been proving himself the last couple weeks. Same with, he went out this week, but Tyler Reddick. They're both performing, so it's not just one or the other. Then Kyle Busch, number 3, Kyle Larson 4, Martin Truex 5, 6, Eric Jones, which is very good for him. Chase Elliott 7th, Michael McDowell, which son of a bitch was running horrible at the end of stage 2 and ruined my picks. But Alex Bowman 9, Alex Bowman was the first Ford at 8. I mean, Michael McDowell, sorry. First Ford at 8. And then Kevin Harvick at 10. Then Ryan Blaney at 11. Corey LaJoie 14, so that's another, and Haley at 12, so those are honorable mentions.
Yeah, but look at all those bow ties in the
Oh
top.
yeah, and then the thing is, it was opposite at Daytona. It was all
Yeah.
Fords, and then a few Toyotas sprinkled in. So I was happy that Chevy figured out the restrictor plate. I don't know what they did, and I don't know what they changed, but I was happy that they swapped it, got it fixed to where they could actually draft and push and do everything they could, because they could not compete at Daytona. So whatever they did,
I
congrats.
heard on Sirius this week, and I don't ask me to name names, but the Hendricks camp
They
has figured
dominated.
out. Yeah, they figured out that side draft with the new car. Uh,
They
I
were
guess it's a
once they
lot different.
once
It's a
they get
lot different than the old car where you
just
pull
next
up
to him.
next, yeah, and try to drag the car in front of you back.
Yeah.
Supposedly the maneuver or the procedure is a lot different with these, but I heard, and again, I can't tell you who I heard it from, that they figured something out with this new car on how to do that. I guess it worked.
Yeah, no,
But
they dominated. There it was Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, and William Byron for the majority of the race up front. Then Alex Bowman finally chipped in later on, but when they got together, no one was passing them.
yeah,
It was just too
the
dominant.
four of them were top 10 a lot of the day.
Yeah. Well, it was, and the Alex Bowman took a while to get there, but when he did, you weren't passing him. It was if it didn't have the stage break with cautions and changing tires and pit stops, I don't think no one would have passed him. It'd have been a four-man scramble for whoever won that.
Bubba beat his boss.
That's a whole you don't. I don't know if you know the whole thing. There's a whole story with Denny right now.
I know. I know it.
So his little mouth got it in front of him. So
well, and that's the standings. I do want to say I was very shocked at Joey Logano, and of course he got in an accident. He was 5 down, I believe, in 32nd.
yep.
I feel so sorry for Greg Biffle. That man.
He was doing well again, and he's just getting bad shit. Last I looked, he was like in top 15. I'm like, oh, good, look at that.
No, it was another mechanical.
Yeah. It's fuel pump.
Fuel pump.
Yep.
Fuel pump.
But the thing is, though, him riding around and just getting there, he's getting money to that team. Same thing with who is it? Noah Gragson, right in that 62 car. He's not trying to compete to win. He's riding around to try to get a finish, keep the car together, and get money for that organization. So,
and he finished on the lead lap in 21st, 20th spot.
Yep.
So Christopher Bell. I was very disappointed with him, but of course, he got caught up some.
He
crap,
finished 22nd.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. The standings, amazing to me. Chase Elliott.
Hey, he's performing, man. He's, like I said, he finished. Where'd he finish? 7th. So I want to know what his average finish for the year is. That would be a nice stat to know.
That I don't know.
But obviously he's doing well. He's number one in points.
A good average finish. He's only got 2 playoff points, and he's only got 2 stage wins. But he's
consistent.
In first place with no wins.
He's Mr. Terry Labonte right now, essentially.
Well, or Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, just Mr. Reliable.
Ryan Blaney, he's got 3 playoff points, 3 stage wins, no race wins.
He should have 1 or 2.
Second.
Yep, but he had 1 DNF. That's probably the only reason why he's not first.
So, and you got William Byron in 3rd, Kyle Busch, which is another story.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Is in 4th, Bowman in 5th, Logano in 6th, Kyle Larson is 7th, Martin Truex, Ross Chastain, and Eric Amarillo round out the top 10. Notable mention, you got Harvick in 11th.
Briscoe 12, but he's got to win too. So
yeah, He's been like hero or zero.
Another notable mention. He's sitting. And this is a story for later. Eric Jones is 17th, one spot outside the cut in the 43 car, and he's
7 points out.
Yep, he's right there, but he needs to perform a little bit better, and he'd be fine. Same thing as Kurt Busch.
Of course, we all know Keselowski's problems.
Yeah.
Hamlin, he moved out of the territory of when we pick our he's not a dark horse anymore. He's up to 24th. I don't.
There's nothing really else.
No.
But Bubba's ahead of him.
I'm just amazed that the top two guys in the points standing have no wins.
Oh, they're coming soon, I would hope.
Yeah, I think Dover may change that for one of those two.
Yeah, maybe.
So, all right.
You want to do like a final? Well, we can do a final thing of the Cup if you want. Like I said, I thought it was a decent race. I thought there would be a little bit more accidents. I just think these cars are more durable than they realize, and they don't get squirrely and crash. I don't know. I just don't know. I think the same thing was Daytona. They didn't really crash that much. They just rode around until the stage end, and then that's when it got squirrely.
Yeah, when they started pushing things, as I've made it very well known, I'm not a fan of this car.
You and Kyle Busch have something in common.
Yeah, well, I've always said that man's got as much talent in his pinky finger as most guys got in their whole bodies. I just don't like his attitude sometimes.
Talk to Joe Gibbs.
Well, we'll get there. It was a good race. I'm not gonna say
it wasn't. No, yeah.
It just
I don't like the riding around until 10 laps to go.
It kind of reminded me of when they put the wing on the back of the car and they refused to race. They just rode around. If you remember that, when they were rim riding.
I just don't know if they're comfortable yet with the car to start doing crazy maneuvers like how Xfinity is right now. Just maybe how it is, or it's just how the car is right now until they start making minute changes. But
like I said, I'm not a fan of this car because it's not stock.
No, not in any way.
Yeah, I want NASCAR to give it to the manufacturers, let them put their best product out there, and whoever owns the day gets the checkered flag. And if Ford and Toyota, hopefully Dodge comes back, is pissed off about it, they go back to their engineers and say, you guys got to fix some shit here. Or put anybody in the top winning. I can remember back when, Chevys would dominate for a year or two, Fords would dominate for a year or two, Mopar would dominate, and NASCAR let the manufacturers figure it out. It's like, Jack Roush crying like a little stuck girl when he wasn't winning races, and NASCAR told him, he's like, well, you got to figure something out. They're beating you in all the areas that are legal, and they've putting a better product on the track. And I remember, was it just a year or two ago, Chevy was sucking.
They've won 2 championships in a row, so it had to be 3 or 4 years ago.
Whenever.
Yeah. They couldn't really compete.
They couldn't. And so they had to go back and, to the engineers, the drawing board, whatever you want to say about it. And that's what this sport is supposed to be about and should be about, is just you're there to showcase your product. So, all right, we've covered the finish or
We redid the
the s-
recap,
s-
standings, final thoughts. I
I
guess.
think it was a good race. I One thing I wanted to mention, I love Dale Jr. in the booth with Clint
Oh
Boyer.
yeah, it was good. I agree, 100%. They
That was awesome.
and
Listening to
I Junior has, as much as has a hick he is, sounds like he's very knowledgeable. He knows what the fuck he's talking about, especially at restrictor plates, and he knows how to hand off the commentary to the other two in the booth. It's not like
yeah,
he's taking over like, Daryl does and stuff. So I thought it was a good tandem. It just sucks that we probably won't see it again.
I hope that in the future we will. I do like that they've announced that Larry McReynolds is going to be in the booth for Dover, so that'll be good. Um, I just love Clint in the booth. I also like when Jeff was in there for a race or so. I
Tony,
like when
Tony.
Tony comes in. But I was real pleased with the sound of Junior with Clint. I mean, Clint's the smart ass and Junior's the technical guy. And it was interesting. He would say, look what's happening on this line. Look what's happening on that line.
Yep.
The inside's for, I mean, he could see it. And that just goes back to him being such a good plate racer.
Yeah.
Um, he could see it happening before the other guys were. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Junior. I've never been a big fan of his as far as a racer. But man, I'll tell you what, it was enjoyable to listen to him.
Mm-hmm. I guess we can go on and to the ratings. Fox earned a 2.61 rating of the 4.682 million viewers for the race.
And they were down
1%
from last year.
from yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So the only thing NASCAR has to brag about in ratings is the Bristol Dirt Race and the Coliseum. Oh, I'm sorry, Daytona as well.
Yeah.
Other than that, they got problems. Every race except for those three. Well, and you can't really compare the Coliseum because it was the first one. But every race besides Daytona and Talladega, the ratings have been down from the previous year. I
I guess we can talk about the attendance. I thought the attendance looked great actually for Talladega.
It's Talladega.
Yeah, but you think same thing with Bristol. You see, but it wasn't full. Like
No.
so.
But Talladega, part of the experience of going to Talladega is the infield.
Yeah.
That is like the Mardi Gras of NASCAR
Mm-hmm.
at the infield in Talladega. So even Clint Boyer, I saw him on Sunday morning on Fox and Friends, and man, that boy looked rough. And he admitted he toured the infield that night.
I'm pretty sure everybody's here. Try this one. Try this beer. Try this. Try that. They're probably just throwing beers at him.
Oh yeah.
Another shout out I want to do is the guy who did the Start Your Engines. How he yelled that. I don't know if you were there for the Start Your Engines, but
I was, but I don't. It didn't stick out.
Man, he belted that shit so loud, and he went, "Oh, it was really good. Start your engines." I'm like, that's how it should be every time. It's not, "Hey, gentlemen, start your engines." No, this guy yelled it like he went deep. So I want to, whoever that was, I have to go look back, but that was a good job. I think we're covered with Talladega, at least race wise. I kind of want to, I guess, do a little segue to the Xfinity and Jeffrey Earnhardt with the pole and almost winning, coming second. I thought that was great for the sport.
With
great.
Larry Mack on
Yeah,
the box.
I thought it was a whole great story. Now, is he going to race more? He probably would get more races, but he won't be full time this year at least. But
No.
it was a great thing for him. Obviously, it helped out probably their ratings. But it was cool to watch for sure.
It was an excellent.
Yeah, it was good.
The race was an excellent race. I watched that whole thing. I really appreciated it. I appreciated Larry Mack after the race and in subsequent interviews since it. He was just so happy to be back at Richard Childress Racing, crew chiefing and Earnhardt on the anniversary. I think it was the 20th anniversary of Senior's last win. I could be wrong.
Yeah. It was something like that. Yeah.
And crew chiefing his grandson. It was just on top of a great performance and an almost win. It was just a really good feel good story.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Yep. Absolutely. So I just want to touch base on that. We don't really touch much on if Xfinity is usually just stories, kind of like as Ty Gibbs and stuff. But other than that, Noah Gragson won that race and climbed the fence, which is a cool thing for him to do. But I thought, like I said, that was a cool story with Jeffrey Earnhardt, Xfinity pole, and then second place. Great for him. Hopefully it's a.
And I've seen some subsequent interviews with Jeffrey or heard some. The man is nothing but gracious and thankful.
Yeah.
He's not even angry about not winning, and he's just it was awesome. He didn't even talk about anything like, well, this is going to launch me into a full-time ride again. Or,
I'm pretty sure deep down he thinks that, but I think it will. I just don't know where, type thing. So,
well, he's got to have good equipment. He's got to have good management. But he was very gracious, very thankful. I really appreciated what I heard from him after the fact, and Larry as well. So yeah, that was really good for NASCAR. That's the kind of stuff they need to keep kind of doing.
Yeah. Other than that, there's nothing. Post Talladega news, or
who was it in the? I can't believe I just now thought of it. Was it the ARCA race where they had to cut somebody out of the car?
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it. I saw some videos of on TikTok and videos. I don't know who it was, but I know there was a bad crash where a guy had to get cut out. And the guy's good, and he's
okay.
Yeah.
There's no problems, but they had to cut him out.
Yeah, I didn't see the crash. I heard about it. I didn't really watch any video on it, but there is a guy who I saw a video of him. Today, I didn't really understand it. He was in the car, post cutout in the garage. He's like, I don't know how there's no top to it. So, yeah, I don't know who. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Bad.
I don't know who that was.
So, all right, I guess we can move on to some news and news bits.
Yep.
I know there's two major ones that you want to talk about, but
yes.
Another one that popped up today that I want to talk about real quick, and it's just a quick hit and miss, and then we can move on to the other two. Eric Jones has made it known that he thinks he's better than GMS Petty Motorsports, and he wants to move on to a better ride.
That is one of the things I want to talk about. Yep. And
my question is why, as well as you're doing with what you got, why go out there and you just instantly pissed off your whole crew?
Yeah.
Your owner, your sponsors, everybody that has been backing you to say that I can do better when you're doing as well as what you're doing with what you got.
Well, the thing is, though, he kind of put himself in a pickle because what if he doesn't, perform from here on out?
Yeah, that was one of, well, I won't say because we've got 2 and 3 here of the dumbest moves I've seen in just a little bit. But yeah. I'm saying, why would you do that?
Maybe he's trying to put feelers out of, okay, well, maybe for a ride.
So from a perspective if I'm a car owner or a team owner,
You're gonna talk shit about me?
and I've got a prospective opening, why would I put you in the car if you're not happy? You're going to start talking shit about me. I think he just pissed off so many people.
But I also think people might respect it. I don't know. It's how NASCAR is weird sometimes. And what did I don't really know if you remember, but I said I hope Trackhouse does well, and they're going to add a third team, and I think it's going to be Eric Jones.
And I'm all for it. I'm great with it. I'm just saying if I'm Eric Jones, I keep that shit under wrap until it happens and say, hey, thank you, Richard Petty. Thank you, GMS. Thank you, all the sponsors, but I'm moving on to something else instead of coming out. To me, it was a bad business move.
Oh, I agree. But I also feel Trackhouse is like, we know he's good. Let's give him some equipment. It'll be Hendrick equipment. And I think Trackhouse.
If I'm Trackhouse and I've got my business hat on, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
What if he's not happy with what happened? Is he going to trash me?
Yeah.
There's
not very many openings for him for somebody to open up another thing. And I think Trackhouse kind of really is his only choice unless there's somebody, another ride opens up. But
let's just slide into this one.
I don't think those rides will do it because of the Joe Gibbs where he came from, where he got fired from, where Christopher Bell retook his place. So I don't think Eric Jones is going back to Joe Gibbs.
What if Kyle Busch leaves?
Now on to Kyle Busch. He was throwing so much fucking shade at Joe Gibbs. Name dropping him in any interview. Obviously, he's made it known where he doesn't know what his next year is for 2023. He doesn't know what he's doing, and it all comes down to his attitude. And he can't get sponsors because of it. Because if anybody's listening, we talked about this literally preseason, where they said Skittles is done. Mars is done. Mars is done. Is done sponsoring NASCAR. Hence Kyle Busch. So he has no sponsorship money for that charter number 18 anymore. So what's he going to do? He doesn't know. This week, in many interviews, ask Joe Gibbs. Talk to Joe Gibbs. So I've heard some few stories, and here's what my guess is. Stewart-Haas Racing is going to pick him up and put him in the 10 car. Sorry, Ryan Preece.
Amarilla's leaving.
Yep. Sorry, Ryan Preece. We know you're going to stay backup, but he's if he can't stay with, he's going to Ford. He's going to Stewart-Haas.
That's a really good analysis. I had not thought about that one because I forgot that this is Amarillo's
last year
farewell year.
I think he'll go the number 10, and they might retire the number 10. I don't know. Maybe they might keep the number 10. I don't know, but I think he's going the number 10.
I am gonna write that down.
If they don't figure something out with Joe Gibbs and he has to move on.
But think of the history with Joe Gibbs. He let Tony Stewart go.
Yep.
He let Joey Logano go. One thing I love about Joe Gibbs, number one, is the strong man that he is, but he's not afraid to move on.
Nope. But he also looking at a ride for his grandson too. So will he bring Ty Gibbs up in 1 year of Xfinity?
Well, I don't know. He kind of messed that up last week.
But from what I was hearing and what I'm like, man, Stewart-Haas is not afraid of.
It makes sense because Tony
ain't
Kyle,
afraid of. Yeah, they're not afraid of confrontation. Tony, he's not afraid. So bringing him over, and look what happened with Kurt Busch. They couldn't get a sponsorship for him when he was racing the 41 car, I believe. Kurt Busch was there, and guess who sponsored it? Haas Automation. It was Haas itself.
They had Monster.
They do, too. Yeah. But he had Haas. And Haas sponsored him, so.
I think Kyle Busch could attract some sponsors.
Oh, he can.
Not the Easter Bunny.
No, he'll get sponsors. It's kind of like Kyle Larson. He's Hendrick's, Hendrick cars.
Another thing with Joe Gibbs, there's certain sponsors he won't even consider.
Yeah.
Alcohol, guns, anything controversial like that, he will not
Yeah.
uh, consider it. So, maybe, I, man, that's an awesome thought that he goes over to Stewart Haas.
Yep. That's like when I
I don't
started
see
reading
why
it.
he wouldn't keep the number 10, and
Yeah.
I that's a great,
I
because
that's what
I'm like you. What I heard this weekend, I really am starting to believe that this is his farewell year at Joe Gibbs Racing. I
Yep.
really do. And again, I feel that way because I thought that Joe Gibbs is trying to make way for his grandson to get in there. But then that theory that I've been thinking about for quite a while, I thought was just thrown on the heap fire of ashes after last week with what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's still in the works. It'll be interesting. I honestly, I think it'd be a good fit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Kyle Busch
Was Kevin
in
Harvick
a
the
full.
teammate? Shit.
Oh, oh yeah. Well, who knows how long Kevin Harvick's got left?
Yeah, true. Very true.
But those two for a year or two, they'd be hell on wheels.
Oh man. But like I said, with Stewart's backing, who is not afraid of confrontation, if you know Tony Stewart,
Right.
and he's got the money to back it up. He has Elon Musk money almost. Fuck you money. He has and Haas, so they can afford to put minimal sponsorship on that car if it comes to that. Because Kurt Busch,
I don't think it will come
No.
to that. I think if he went with Tony Stewart, man, that's an awesome idea. I had not thought of that scenario. My scenario started and ended with
Ty Gibbs,
him leaving Gibbs and Ty Dillon taking that spot.
Ty Gibbs.
But I didn't put the end chapter in him going to Stewart Haas. That would be great.
Oh,
I would be such a Stewart Haas fan at that point.
Oh yeah. I think that would, because I think Tony would give him more leash. You know what I'm saying? Because as much as outlandish as Kyle Busch is, Joe Gibbs, has him on a leash.
Oh yeah.
I think Tony would. Okay, be confrontational, but don't be stupid. Don't don't do it, Denny Hamlin.
You knock somebody out, knock yourself out, and you're gonna go to sensitivity training, which leads me into the next one.
Yeah, which he did last year by calling Brad Keselowski a retard. So
yep.
So with Denny Hamlin, I know you probably don't watch Family Guy to understand the reference of what he did.
I'm going to tell you right now, so I'm going to let you explain all this. I've watched probably less than a handful of Family Guy episodes. I have not seen the meme because they took it down, I guess.
Yeah.
Deleted it. And Hamlin tweeted something. Actually, Hamlin retweeted something that somebody else had tweeted at Larson. So it wasn't even Hamlin's original tweet. It was a retweet, that, as I understand it.
Yes.
Take it from there. You're going to show me, aren't you?
I was trying to find a GIF, but I can't find it offhand real quick. Well, Family Guy, as you know, is very controversial anyways. They push the boundaries. So, and they get very racial. And how they get away with it without much shit, they've been canceled how many times. But this kind of stems back to Kyle Larson saying the N-bomb and racial stuff, and he did his stuff, and now Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson is half Asian. Mm-hmm. He's Wasian, or white Asian, okay? So this tweet GIF from the Family Guy episode, it's a running joke in the show, is that Asian drivers are horrible drivers. They hit everything, they crash everything. So he retweeted this GIF from Family Guy about this female Asian character in the show literally being the horrible driver, crashing and everything, hitting everything. And it was obviously aimed at Kyle Larson because he's Asian. So the racial thing, come on. So why isn't he didn't say the N-bomb, but why isn't he losing his sponsors and ride? Come on.
You know, I said at the beginning of this podcast that Kyle Larson caused. I saw a lot of stuff on social media.
Well,
I saw and heard a lot of stuff on Sirius XM that it was all Bubba's fault. It was not.
No. As much as we talk shit about Bubba,
mark this day down. I'm actually defending
Bubba.
All right? He didn't cause it.
No.
What he was doing at the time it happened,
he was trying to make a third
contributed to the
more
enormity
crashes
of the accident.
Yeah.
Kyle Larson caused that accident.
Yep.
He's the one that did it.
Yep.
So I understand why Hamlin went after him a little bit. But again, I'm not on Twitter, and I will not get back on Twitter unless Trump gets back on Twitter so I can follow him. I'm not on there. I won't do it. But I understand that, and I like I said, I've watched less than a handful of Family Guys, so I don't understand the running joke about this, or I haven't seen the running joke. But I guess my point is why? I guess it's a racial thing.
It is.
Does NASCAR feel that they've got to get everybody's heads right? That's not their damn job. It's the team owner. If the team owner and sponsors feel something has gone wrong or out of line, they're the ones.
Now, if he said that in a post-race interview, I can understand NASCAR getting involved.
Exactly.
But this was after the race, online, on his personal account.
Somebody else. NASCAR needs to get their asses back in their own fucking lane.
Yeah.
And conduct racing every weekend and stop worrying about this woke bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't mean to be too political, but Trump said it. Everything woke goes to shit. Look at Disney. Look at what's happened to Twitter.
Netflix.
Look at all this other crap. NASCAR's going to destroy itself if it continues to get into these social deals.
Mm-hmm.
And in my opinion, they've already done themselves great damage with
Denny or
the diversity program,
Bubba thing,
all this other stuff. They need to get the hell out of this now. It's not Mike Helton anymore. I don't know who's running the show. Get on the phone and call Joe Gibbs and say, "Hey, man, you need to have a talk with your boy."
Yeah.
We didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. At that.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
But to go public and demand that he start taking the NASCAR sensitivity training starting by Friday of this week and make that public is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not defending Hamlin because I'm not saying what he did was right. But what he did doesn't rise to the level of the scrutiny and the crap that has gone on this week over this. It's a freaking gif. He was, if I'm trying to defend him, he was making a joke.
Yeah.
If I'd have saw it, I probably would have thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
How many gifts did we get after the Daytona 500 about Keselowski with a freaking
plow truck
bulldozer on the front of his car?
Yeah.
I'd have to go back and look, but did any of the other drivers retweet that?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was a damn joke.
Yep.
And again, I'm not defending him, but to go all the way to this extreme, and what you've done is is you've hurt Denny Hamlin. And again, I'm not a Denny Hamlin fan by any means. I know some personal stuff about Denny Hamlin from people I have friends on Facebook and social media.
He's not a good person personally, really.
The man is not a saint.
No.
He's done in his personal life. Oh, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But he didn't deserve this for that. And it just irritates the crap out of me how NASCAR feels they have to control everything. And what are they doing it for? The woke crowd. A crowd that will not support them, will not buy their stuff, will not go to the tracks, will not buy the tickets. It's the corporate end of things. And again, it would have just, if I was whoever in charge of NASCAR right now, hey, Mr. Gibbs, we got a little problem here. Would you please address this and be done with it? It's just, it's nuts.
The reason why he posted it is because it took out both his 2311 cars in that final wreck. Kyle Larson probably should have stayed low, but he made a move to go around Eric Jones, and it hit Kurt Busch, which chain reaction crash.
It was last lap. What are you gonna
Exactly.
do?
You knew shit was going to happen. Did Tony Stewart get mad when he first made Stewart-Haas Racing, where all four of his cars in Daytona got into crashes? No, he just said that. He just said that was the bad money day. That was horrible. You know, so it took out both his cars, which obviously probably pissed him off. But you got to realize Denny Hamlin has had a beef with almost every Hendricks driver. He does not like Hendricks. He has a beef with Alex Bowman. He has a beef with Chase Elliott. He has a beef with Kyle Larson. The only one really he hasn't had a problem with so far is William Byron. But every time it's a Hendricks guy he's trying to talk shade or talk shit to or about. Like there was an interview last year when it went to the Final 4 or 8. It might have been years ago. And something happened with Kyle Larson and Denny Hamlin on track. And he was getting booed by the crowd, and they asked him in a post-race interview, and it's all those Chase Elliott fans. And literally everybody, all the drivers literally laughed. He goes, what the fuck does that even have to do with this? It was a Kyle Larson incident, not Chase Elliott. So he has a vendetta or something against Hendricks because they probably, pisses him off if they're winning a lot. But, that's Hendricks. So he's always had a problem with them regardless. So it just added to the hate probably to where I guess he wasn't thinking, maybe drinking when he did that. I don't know.
Again, should he have done it? No. Did it rise to this level? No. It should have. They've got these double secret fines NASCAR does where if somebody says something wrong publicly on a broadcast of some kind, where they fine them and they don't make it public. Why couldn't they have done that this way? Done it that way?
Because it was a racial thing. It's the same thing they did with Kyle Busch last year, saying Brad Keselowski was a retard. They just anything that's
he was right. I mean, that of all the things that happened this weekend, that irritated me the absolute most. It just, again, I will say he shouldn't have done it, but if I was him, I wouldn't have thought anything racial. He's showing a gif of somebody wrecking everything in sight, and Kyle Larson, and I'm a big Kyle Larson fan.
Yeah,
he does have a habit of doing that every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
But it just, my concern is NASCAR has gone so woke and so politically correct that they're going to, I said it back at the Coliseum. How many of those folks are going to go to Fontana, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and buy tickets? I called it right. Not many. And they were all happy about their ratings and their attendance. Well, hey, you're in a football field in LA and homie down the road sees that there's a NASCAR race in the neighborhood. Hey, let's go check this out, see what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
They're just, to me, they're just catering to the wrong crowd. So, all right, let's be done with that because I'm all out of breath on it.
Yeah, no, those were the three topics that I wanted to talk about was Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, and Denny Hamlin.
They took 6 cars back to the R&D center and put them through the paces.
Keselowski was one of them. I've been waiting for the results.
They did 2 Fords, 2 Chevys, and 2 Toyotas. It's Harvick, Larson, Keselowski, Hamlin, Truex, Bowman.
Yep.
The report today is that everybody's good.
Keselowski better be good or he's in deep shit. They're probably sweating bullets.
He probably was.
Another newsworthy thing. Junior Motorsports is going to pilot a 5th car in the Xfinity. In the number 80.
Over?
I'm going to put him right here. Hold on. I don't understand why it's not all 4, but it's 3 of the drivers. It's going to be the number 88 HendrickChevy.com or HendrickCars.com. Looks exactly like Kyle Larson's car, but it's 88 in the Xfinity. Elliott will drive the number 88 for 1 race at Darlington. Byron for 2 races at Texas and New Hampshire. Larson for 2 races at Watkins Glen and Darlington. And I don't understand why Alex Bowman was left out of that. Maybe he has I don't know. Maybe he said no. But Alex Bowman's Junior's guy, he filled in for Junior when he had this concussion stuff. So I don't understand why. Maybe he said, I don't know. But, so that was another newsworthy thing that came out yesterday or today. So that'd be interesting to watch them racing there. Cause I don't think, when was the last time any of them raced in Xfinity? It's been a while. They raced trucks.
I was going to say, Elliott and was it Bowman? Or was it? Yeah, have raced the trucks.
And Byron did at Bristol and won.
Okay.
But that was for Spire Motorsports.
I think it's great. Whatever Junior can do. I honestly at some point expect him to try and field a Cup team.
It'll be Hendricks powered. Just they have such huge ties. So yeah, I expect it sometime. And there's apparently in the offseason a lot of talk about it, and he doesn't want to ruffle any feathers, essentially, with Hendrick. I think that's why he's staying in his lane at the moment.
Well, why would he at this point? He's got his Xfinity teams. He's got a cushy gig in the booth.
Yeah.
He's not hurting for money, so
So
not that owner NASCAR team, the old saying, if you want to make $1 million in NASCAR, you better start out with 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. You want to talk about the fantasy league and beat me down a little bit?
I don't have any. We didn't. Well, I'm trying to see. I didn't do that well, but I didn't do that bad.
You killed me.
League. Results league. There it is. Yeah. Holy shit.
I think I only got like 66 points.
Yeah, you got 66 points. You had a 32nd finish, 39, 30th, 18, and 22. I don't know why you didn't swap Kyle Busch out. Maybe you weren't really paying attention.
I was going to, and I was just too late.
And you missed every.
I had him in the garage, and he was my best finisher.
Yeah, and you missed every pick besides one, so with a whopping 66 points.
Oh yeah, I killed it.
I had 118, so not much better. I had Brad, which he was doing decent till the end. Like even Bubba, if he didn't crash, it would been fine. Denny Hamlin, he ran out of gas. 2 or 3 laps to go. Eric Almirola and then Kevin Harvick. None of my guys top 10 besides Michael McDowell, who I took out, and then for the garage, and then I had I had no picks. I didn't get any of my matchups.
I had one, and that's all I had. But
Yeah, I didn't have any.
66 points. Can I get a throwaway, please?
I even texted you this was gonna be a throwaway. Like I said, I picked guys that, like I said, I had Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, Denny Hamlin, Eric Almirola, Kevin Harvick, and Michael McDowell. They're all throwaways. This is because this race
Frank,
is. Yeah,
Frank beat both of us.
Yeah, he has a lot of picks to choose since he hasn't chose shit for a couple weeks. He has Suarez, Blaney, Wallace, Keselowski, Elliott, and then Christopher Bell he put in the garage. So he had better average finishes with points. So,
well, this was for you and I. Absolutely, it's probably the best week Frank's had in quite a little.
He had
bit
three of
because,
the head three. He got three of the head-to-heads right too. So that helped a lot.
Yeah, but that's the first time I've been under 100, and it's probably the first time I've been under 150.
50, yeah. You can
66 is by far the shittiest I've done.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I did pretty bad, but that puts me in the lead longer, much higher too. So,
it does.
Like I said, that I do is a crapshoot. I thought Fords were going to dominate, and it was Chevys did. So,
yeah, you're almost 100 in front of me now. 80 anyway. 80, 78 or 82. Yeah, 78 in front of me. No, 88.
77. 78.
78. Well, it is what it is.
I
took a long shot on it because I wanted, in a race like this, I wanted to burn.
Yep.
Picks that I don't have to reuse.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't pay off.
No, mine didn't pay off more than yours, but I don't know. We'll see. Now we're gonna be back to normal, not normal picks, but better picks.
Yeah. All right, you want to move on to Rich or
Dover?
Dover. I've got the stats up here for current drivers. Average finish. Kyle Larson with 13 races is an average of 7.0. Cole Custer with 3 races is 10.3. Chase Elliott with 11 races is 10.5. Martin Truex. Now, this is the stat that kind of stands out with me. He's been there 31 times, and he's got an 11.7. So that's pretty good. Keselowski's been there 23 times, has a 12.8.
He's
William.
Don't even worry about him. Don't even worry about Brad right now. He's just trying to finish.
William Byron has been there 7 times, a 12.9. Harvick, he's been there 41 times and a 15.0. Or I'm sorry, a 13.0. And also Tyler Riddick, who's only been there 3 times. As far as wins, Martin Truex Jr. and Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch have all won there 3 times. So, I gotta hang on. Win, long shot.
Dark horse.
Yeah, well, same thing.
Oh, I'm gonna bring up the stats.
I'll let you go first again. Who do you think's gonna win this thing?
I think we're having another double winner. I believe. Man, I'm gonna do Kyle Larson. I think he's gonna come out swinging. Kyle Larson, I'm gonna say, is gonna win.
Okay.
Dark horse. You can go do your pick if you want. Dark horse.
I'm gonna go with Blaney. I'm gonna go with a first-time winner.
I was thinking Chase for a first time, but well, it could either, but Larson. Dark horse. I'm gonna go Ty Dillon. I think he's gonna go on because he was doing well until he got in that wreck, but I think he's gonna keep the momentum going.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go with Brad K.
Like I said, it's not a bad pick. I just don't have any trust in him right now on that.
Oh, I don't either.
Roush Ford.
It's just if you look at 25 and below,
There's not much there.
yeah, there just isn't. There just is not. Trying to see if I can pick out anything else here that might be worth looking at. I don't see anything. Logano. You know, I just now picked this out. Logano. 25 races, 0 wins at Dover.
You
Zero.
don't like it.
That's amazing.
Not a fan of the track, huh?
I guess not. He'll never see his car in the fist of the monster. So, all right. I don't have a whole lot else of anything to say. I will recap with I do think it was a good race. I did enjoy it. I still don't like this stupid car. It was like the Pied Piper for a lot of the time. And I guess I'll just leave it at that. It was a decent race. It was entertaining enough to keep me interested. It just I just don't like this. I don't like that belly pan. I don't like that diffuser. I don't like the single lug nut.
Oh, by the way, with that single lug nut, the 78 car got fined because they lost that tire in Talladega. So
Yeah.
well, fined or lost crew chief member and members. It's the same
Yeah, but there was
thing.
how many cars got this? Not the there was only one that had the L2 or not the L2, but had to do the drop to the back. Wasn't allowed to qualify. Do the drive.
Oh, the pre-race inspection stuff. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't. That's a good.
But there was, and like I said, my eyes now are glazing over this infractions of inspections and pre-race. It's like, dudes, back to the everybody gets a trophy and level playing field BS. I mean, I applaud the guys that try and cheat and get away with it because they're winning. You know, if you're not, the old saying, if you're not cheating, you're not winning. Let the other guys figure it out. I want the 3-mile fuel line. I want people to be innovative to figure out how to beat everybody else. But there was a lot of them this time that failed at least first inspection.
Yeah, I was trying to find it and I can't find. I can't find it offhand.
Okay.
It was It was the number 77. Landon Castle failed.
Yeah, Fox Nation car.
Yeah. Landon Castle will make a pass through on the pit road as soon as opportunity. That's at the start of the Sunday's race. 77 did not make. Will not be permitted to participate in Saturday's Busch qualifying. Two other teams in the 39 field result in a loss of pit selection and crew member for the weekend. It was the number 19, a Truex, ejected engineer Nick Burton, and number 47, Ricky Stenhouse, lost crew chief Travis Young. I don't know exactly what they did, but they lost
Well, they don't ever say. They just say they, failed first or second round or first and second round inspections,
Yeah.
and you're out of here. It's
But
just
how do you lose an engineer and then next one's the car chief? Do they pick who? Like, oh, we're not going to really need you here. Go.
eeny, meeny, miny,
Yeah.
mo. I don't know.
But they
Like I
just
said,
lost
I'm
him for the weekend, so they'll be back for Dover.
Yeah. But it's just anyway. Unless you got anything else,
Nope.
kid, I think
Those
we've done
were the
it.
main topics that I wanted to, talk
Oh,
about.
we didn't do our Bubba.
Oh, Bubba. Over under. I'll say.
And we both missed it because he did finish on the lead lap last time.
Yeah, he would have been. I was closer though. He finished.
What I said 50 down.
Yeah. How many laps were this race?
You said finish top 5.
He would have been if he didn't get it. That shit happened. I think he would have.
You said finish top 5.
I think he would have.
You were closer than me, I'll tell you that.
I think he would have.
All right. I'm going to put it as Bubba watch.
I don't know how many laps this race is.
400.
Okay. I'll say 75 laps. Crash. He'll be down 75.
All right. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say he won't make it through stage 2. This
track's tough, so
it is. So, there you go.
That's it.
That's it.
Throw a towel in it.
Yep. Everybody, thanks for watching us. Please chime in, leave messages, notes. Feel free to contact us. We want to know what you think, and we want to hear what you got to say.
Absolutely. Guess we'll see you the next episode then.
Yes, sir.